something. Something like that. That's what he
Didn't I tell you you're not supposed to sing in these?
Oh, yeah. You have told me that. You have told me that.
You don't let me bring an accordion.
Only hurts a little bit when you tell me every single time. But,
should hurt a little less each time, I think. But not necessarily.
No. It may sting a little more, actually. So
that's good.
Hey, welcome to Stage Door Theater Podcast, hosted by a couple of average guys. This is, I would say this is the start, but actually not. We've run off a couple episodes already that we are now in our spring crazy season of doing show after show after show. We're going to have like so many shows here. So you guys all just need to be prepared. You're going to get some bonus episodes coming on. And today we're going to be talking to Matthew Patrick Quinn. He is Hades in Hadestown. So we're obviously very excited to have him on, and we're going to give him a call right now.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Matthew. Sorry. I had to run over and hit the wrong button. And then I had to go and hit the right button. So that was all me, and I screwed everything up, and I apologize already. So
It's totally fine.
I'm like, come on, why can't I hear him? So I'm bad at my job. So very excited. I don't know if did you have a chance to even listen to anything that I sent you, or are you just like winging this right now?
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to because I was out with my family.
Oh, it's okay. I guess you're allowed to do that. So we are the biggest theater dorks ever. And so when we have people that are on from the national tours, we get very excited. So I'm just going to apologize up front if we start to get a little high-pitched tone in our voices because we're just very excited.
Although the rest of us will talk like we're actual Hades.
Yeah. So where are you at right now? That's what you said you were out to dinner with your family?
No, I went to brunch with, I met up with an uncle that I haven't seen in like 20 years because I grew up on the West Coast, Phoenix, Arizona, and they were always out here. So we just didn't get around to meeting up very often. So they're coming to see the show tomorrow night here in Jacksonville, Florida. And
that's where you are. So you're still actually close with them, even being so far away from them all those years, huh?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the greater parts of being on tour is that you get to reconnect with so many people across the country that you just wouldn't have the option to otherwise. You know, the job just sort of takes you to places where people have moved or people live that I just don't ever have it on my agenda to take trips to Jacksonville.
Yeah, are you a New York resident?
I am.
How long has that been?
I moved to New York City in 2005.
A long time. So you're like a long-time resident. You know all the good places to eat then and everything.
Definitely by standards, I think after 10 years you become a local.
Just automatically you're a New Yorker?
I think so. I think once you've been there for 10 years, you can say, because by then you've been through a lot of the drama of living in New York, and you sort of just learn to cope with it.
And you have actually experienced weather of cold with a winter in New York City.
All of it.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. That comes with all of those things.
Yeah, it's like I know New York because there's snow that has been piled up and it's as hot as all Hades, I guess, down in I know, in the summertime. A lot. Do you spend a lot of time in New York then? Because I was looking at your resume and it's off the hook, man. You've been doing some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, most of my career post-college has taken me just all over the world. And like in the first 10 years that I lived in New York City, I would say less than half of that was actually living there.
Really? The other half you were on the road or performing somewhere else?
Yeah.
Man, you are the man.
I mean, if being the man means being in transit, then yes.
Yeah,
I am.
For being in demand. That's what you are, though. Obviously,
there you go. I'll take that.
Yeah, you're studly enough to get all these parts. Because I was cheating, and I did get sent your bio on some of the stuff you did. So I did look at all the things you've been working on, and I seen a bit of a pattern that was going on in there, and that you're a bad guy a lot.
I mean,
do you like being a bad guy?
I think the deep voice, the tall stature, the dark features.
How tall are we? How tall are we
I'm
actually?
6'3".
Okay.
That's a good size.
Yeah, that's a good size.
Yeah, with like the boots and the hair and everything.
And the 5'2" theater girls on stage next to you.
Exactly.
You look like a monster next to them, probably.
Exactly. I look pretty big. So, I mean, it's just sort of always been, but that's the thing is when I was writing the bio for the show, I was leaning more into the like villainous side of my resume I thought it was, tongue in cheek with like playing the role of Hades, but a lot of the stuff that I've done too has just been very comic and charactery.
Oh, that's good.
I actually feel that that's more my stronger suit is playing like.
You're more of a goofball.
Exactly, like the funny comic relief, like sidekick best friend characters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But they're like, nope. You have a deep voice. You're scary. That's what they did.
No, I mean, well, that's the thing is like my agency will send me in for that kind of stuff too, and if it works, then hey, a job is a job.
I love it though. I love that you're a goofball. So when you were younger and you were doing this, did you ever think that maybe someday you would be playing villains, or I should say, did you ever think you were going to be doing this period as a career, like as a life, be a performer on stage?
No, I would have never thought that, but I definitely always had a knack for performance in some capacity. I don't even really know how it started, other than my parents bought us a camcorder. Full on VHS tapes that fit into like a shoulder sitting camcorder, like the big one. And we used to just make little home videos. I used to love just like coming up with stupid shtick to do and seeing how you could edit in camera and make little videos. And I did that starting at like probably 5th grade. And so
this is very Fableman of you. I'm just saying, this is like the Fableman.
Exactly.
Like, this sounds like what it is. Yeah.
Exactly. And so, I got into like, I would say, junior high, and it's just so bizarre. My mom was looking for a babysitter for my stepsister, and we ended up meeting this family, and there was a kid who was my age, and we ended up out in the backyard when my mom was interviewing this woman, and we just got to talking, and they were like, yeah, we just moved here from California. I used to do like film and TV when I was there, and I was like, what? We were both like 11.
Yeah.
And I said, really? Like, how did you? That's amazing. And like, I love making home videos and stuff. And I said, how did you do that? And he said, well, I actually started doing like community theater, and then from theater, we lived in California, and so it just kind of made its way into like film and TV. And I said, theater? What's that?
You're like, what?
And I had no reference.
Yeah,
like
where were you living?
Like Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona. Okay, yeah. So no reference. Like, hey, you're only 11. You don't know the world yet.
Yeah, I think my only point of reference was maybe like the Nutcracker. Because most families will see that in the holidays. And I was
every year you go to the Nutcracker, right? Mm-hmm.
Sure, exactly. And so it was like, that's theater, cool, on stage, great. And so I don't know why I saw that as being like, well, if that's the way I'm going to get to be in movies, then I guess that's the route I have to take.
Nice.
So I went to the newspaper, when those existed.
Yeah, newspapers were a thing, yeah.
Right, and I went to the like arts and entertainment section, which is where they would post auditions. That's the only place that I knew of, because this was pre the internet existing.
Yeah, there was no Instagram page that was just posting it, no Facebook stuff, no none of that. Yeah, no Playbill online.
There was no internet.
Right,
just a town crier.
Yeah, town
exactly.
crier.
Somebody ran around saying auditions.
For the Nutcracker, of course.
I think at this point, my experience with the computer was the Oregon Trail.
Oh yes, man! How old are you, may I ask that?
Floppy disks.
You're talking my language here now. So
I'll turn 45 in April.
Oh, wonderful! Yes.
So born in '79.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I've been there through the dawn of the computer, the introduction of the computer systems in schools.
Yes, exactly. You had to Eudora mail account and all that kind of stuff.
Like, oh my God, of course. I made my first email address when I got to college.
Me too.
They were like, this is the way we're going to be communicating with you. I was like, what?
We're the same person.
I'm feeling really old
Tom's
right now.
much older. Don't worry about him. Yeah.
I didn't even have to do area codes when I had telephones.
Geez, what a grandpa.
That's pretty exciting. I mean, my first telephone was what do they call it? Rotary phone?
Rotary phone?
Rotary, yeah.
You had a rotary phone.
Oh, absolutely.
Man. Look at
Took
you.
so long to dial.
I love
it
it.
was just like,
Love
hey,
everything.
click, 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 click,
That's
click,
great, though,
click,
because
click,
then you
click,
could always spy on your siblings or whatever. Just hang up. I didn't hang up. No, I'm on the other line, and you could just eavesdrop the whole time on them. It was great.
Absolutely.
So
You can hear the
this
breathing.
kid was in movies then. So he was in movies and came to your town and said, I'm going to do the Nutcracker. And you were looking in newspapers for stuff?
Yeah, so long story short, I bring the paper to my mom, and I said there's an audition for the Wizard of Oz, the Phoenix Children's Theater, and she'd never in a million years believed that I would have even thought that, because I mentioned it to her in the car ride home. I was like, I want to audition for theater stuff. She was like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
And so next thing you know, I'm auditioning for Phoenix Children's Theater, and I got into the Wizard of Oz. Then I got into, oh my God. What was crazy about that is that the director came up to me. I was, 11? He pulled me aside and my mom in the hallway in the middle of the auditions and said, hey, look, I would love to cast you as the Scarecrow because you're so good, but the people that are putting the show up want the high school kids to play the 4 leads, and you're too young. He said, but you have a knack for this, and you should really, really think about, like, it taking the time to, like, get your feet wet. He said, because I can see it. I see you have, like, it's in your nature to do this. And so if you want to, you should be in the ensemble. And so I was an Emerald City Citizen and a flying monkey.
He was the man, though, that said, just don't give up, kid. Don't give up. You could be an Emerald building in the background, man. You could just do that.
Exactly. you can go from tree to, go from shrub to tree. There you go.
Oh, I mean, just couldn't be a munchkin, though.
Just not a munchkin, right? That sounds.
Yeah.
No, not even then. Not even then.
11 years old, you were still 6'1", probably, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was my nickname in junior high school was Too Tall.
Too tall?
Nice.
Too tall, Matt? Is that what they call you?
So clever.
And I know you go by your whole full name, Matthew Patrick Quinn. Have you always gone by Matthew Patrick Quinn, or is that a stage thing that just happened?
Another anomaly. I wrote it down for something. I don't even remember if it was like a form as I was auditioning because it said to, and then boom, it got put onto like my dressing room station. It got put on all the documentation, and I was like, well, I guess that's a thing for Hadestown. And so
write your middle name.
It was just Matthew Quinn. My equity name when I signed up for equity is Matthew Quinn. But I wrote down Matthew Patrick Quinn, and now all of a sudden it's like on everything. I even made it my like new Instagram account when I started this tour. I was like, I guess that's it now.
Well, now I have no choice because that's what I'm going to get known as because I'm playing Hades, for goodness sakes. Do you take the tattoos off ever on your arms?
It's just the one, and it's a sleeve like you could buy at Hot Topic for Halloween.
Oh, it is? Oh,
yep.
The magic is ruined.
Sorry to destroy the magic. You don't understand how many people call me or comment on Instagram. They want to know what it is. They want to know how to make it. I was like, buy yourself a pair of stockings and cut the end off.
And just start drawing some squares on it, man.
Literally, to a brick wall with some magic markers, and there you go.
Yeah, that is so. I saw Hadestown in Broadway, so I'm happy to say I did go to New York City and I did get to see the show, and I think it is just beautiful. Love it, and the song that you sing with the wall. When I start hearing stuff and before I see it, and if I like it, I'm done. I stop myself. I'm like, that's it. I don't want to ruin the whole show. You know, I do it with movie trailers too. Like if I see 20 seconds of the trailer and I know I want to see it, I'm done. I don't want to see any more. And I did not know that the Wall song was coming. And that was like, whoa, for me when I saw it. It was so intense.
I'm going to see Matthew the next is in about a couple weeks. So I have not seen Hadestown. So I'm looking forward to see you do this. And now Kyle's trying to ruin it for me now.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I can hear his voice as he's speaking. So when he sings, I know it's going to just go right through your body when he sings.
Nice.
I already know it's going to happen.
I hope so.
Oh, you know it is. Come on. Trying to be humble over here, obviously. I know. But we, like I said, we're dorks. We love theater. We have a theater podcast in Toledo, Ohio. We got a nice following of people here. When you come into town, I think you're going to feel that energy from the crowd as well.
Gosh, I hope so, man, because it makes such a difference.
Yeah,
it really does.
When the Broadway list came for Toledo here, this is the one that I pointed to and said, this is the one I've got to see.
Yeah.
So, and sorry to tell you that even though it's supposed to be 62 tomorrow, by the time you get here, it's going to be back down in the 30s.
That's okay.
If you don't think that I'm already aware of that,
Bring a
Since we
jacket.
just spent the last 5 weeks in Florida, like I kept telling everybody, I was like, y'all just better be so grateful for what we're experiencing now, because we're about to dive right back into the winter.
Here comes Toledo.
So you just start drinking your hot tea nonstop from when you get on the bus and drive all the way up here. You drive a bus all the way up, don't you?
No, I think at this point, because we're going from Greensboro, we'll fly.
Okay, okay, good. Phew, that's good. No, not enough time to get you guys on the bus. You'd have to leave now.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm like, most of the time, like, we did a bus from Jacksonville or from Sarasota to Jacksonville because it was like 4 hours. If it gets beyond like 6 hours, then they'll fly us.
So you're on Eastern time right now. Do you have a show coming up tonight?
Yes, I will leave. It is currently, what did you call me? 5, so it's like 5:15. I'll leave here in about 45 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, good. We don't want to keep you too long, obviously, and definitely don't want to wear out your voice talking to a couple of, old farts. I
think I'll survive at this point.
Yeah, how many shows deep are you in? Do you know?
That's crazy you asked that, because my birthday is coming up, and I was trying to
the big 46.
45.
Oh, big 45.
Like, don't age me that much yet. No, I think if I did the math correctly, I think I will celebrate my 700th show on my birthday.
Nice. That's 700 Hadestown shows.
700 performances personally that I've done of Hades. Yes.
Wow. Of Hades.
Wow.
That is.
Yeah.
How many years are we talking now?
That's not. Years,
I will have done. I did a year. My first full year of the tour was back in October, beginning of October. That was my first full year. Okay. The tour had been out for a year before that, but I was a replacement. The Kevin Morrow opened the tour as Hades, and then when he finished his first year, he finished, and then I came in. So I will have been on the road for about a year and 8 months, I want to say, when the show closes. Yeah. That
is amazing. So when you audition for this part, and you what song did you sing? Do you go out in your audition and you have to sing like a song, right? You give me 32 bars of a song. Do you just like, what do you sing for Hades? I mean, it's like
I was just talking to my uncle about this because they were asking the same thing, and I said, I am at the point in my career where I don't do that anymore. Generally, they send me the packet, and they'll be like, prepare this. And we want to hear you sing this from the show. So when my agency sends me an audition, it has an attachment, and the attachment generally has like the 32 bars with a piano accompaniment.
Gotcha. Because you're not 22 just out of college anymore. They've heard you perform and sing, and they're like, this dude, huh? This dude's good.
Right. Or it's just like, they know what they're bringing me in for specifically. Gotcha. So if it's like, we're having you audition for this role, let's not waste time having me sing my own piece. Let's just sing the song from the show.
Dude, when did that happen? When did you start becoming such a big deal that you could just be like, they got to send me
Oh, trust me. I still have my book, and I still have that prepared. I mean, like, I'm not like getting auditions thrown at me left and right. I will still attend open calls, and at the open calls, that's when you generally are performing your own music.
I just want to know how you get to that point. Like, 'cause I want to know when you were like, not Hades. You were just some little whale poop in the background
in the Scooby-Doo show.
Yeah. Oh, you were in Scooby-Doo. That's amazing.
God, that was a lifetime ago. Oh my gosh.
That's amazing.
That was.
Were you Scrappy? Did you play Scrappy-Doo in the Scooby-Doo show?
Scrappy.
Exactly. I was the smaller dog.
Yes, exactly.
I would have gone with Shaggy, but no, if you want to go with Scrappy.
Yeah, what were you in that show?
I was Shaggy.
There you go. Shaggy. See, so you're not evil all the time. You get to
That's what I said.
Yeah, you get to be goofy.
Hey, Shaggy scares me.
Yeah, scares you. Yeah, I love it. See, so you are versatile. You got all these roles and all these things, and Shaggy in the Scooby-Doo live thing. I love it. Anyway, so
that was a great show. Don't get me wrong.
I bet the kids loved you.
It was so good, man. But that's another one. Like, if you look at like think about like Hades, like he like lives down here.
Yeah.
But, like,
man,
Shaggy is like way up here, man.
Love
it.
It's
just like living in the opposite part of your vocal register.
And at that point in time, like now you're Hades, you got this full beard that you've grown in, right? And back then, and in Shaggy, you just have that little scruff. Is that time accurate? Could you only grow in the little scruff back then, and now you can actually? Now you're a man, and you can actually have a beard.
I have been growing a beard since like junior high school.
So if you break into Shaggy during Hadestown,
oh my gosh,
only I will understand that.
And our listeners.
And our listeners,
and that will be my last performance.
Okay, then don't do that.
Exactly.
Don't do that.
He has great songs though, and we're excited to see you when you come in here. And we don't want to keep you too much longer. When is the show, Tom? We should probably tell people when the show. Do you know when you're coming to Toledo?
Yeah, I can tell you right.
Because we're dropping this thing now, so it doesn't matter. Like we're dropping this way out in front.
It starts Tuesday, February 20th.
There you go.
To the 25th.
Oh, so you're here for
and I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shows.
8 shows in Stranahan Theater.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I will be at one of those.
Yeah, the opening night ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you miss it, shame on you because there's plenty of shows to check out.
Yeah. And if you need restaurant suggestions or something, man, just text me. Okay, I'll send you some places you need to eat. You're going to be here for 5 days.
Unless you have an uncle in Toledo that you need to catch up with.
Oh, yeah. Do you have an uncle in Toledo?
I've got uncles all over the country.
All of a sudden, they come out of the woodworks now that you're a big deal and that people send you scripts and songs for now. So now, anyway.
There you go.
But for real, if you want food suggestions, send them. I'll hook you up, man. I'll send you where to go.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't imagine going to some random city and not knowing anything about it and being stuck in an Airbnb or a hotel or something for 5 days and have I don't know what I'm supposed to eat here.
He doesn't just sleep backstage?
They don't just feed me.
Yeah, they feed them. They keep them nice and warm.
Good
stuff. So.
Yeah, you're gonna need to be warm here in Toledo.
Can't wait to see you, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for having me, guys.
Yeah. Have a great night, man. Bye.
Take care.